Okay, so this is the demo agenda for today. So what we'll do is first we'll discuss about what is the fusion applications, and then we'll jump into this the differences between on-premise and cloud, and with the cloud, what are the different options we have, which we call as models or deployments. We'll just go through that. Then we'll understand what is the fusion architecture as per as I mean as a, in Oracle Fusion applications, how they came up with the architecture, how things can be handled. That we'll discuss. Everything whatever we are going to discuss will compare with EBS, and we'll be discussing. And later we have other point to touch base. What is the role of functional consultant, technical consultant in the implementation project? Just I mentioned this point. There is a big difference when you compare with the EBS, functional technical resource roles and responsibilities, and what is the scope here technical people has, and what is the scope of functional people, what they can do more than what we do in EBS case. And finally we'll discuss about course curriculum. Okay, what are the modules and what are the concepts we are going to cover in this training sessions. Everything just I'll walk through that. Then you can post your questions if you have any point of time, like anyway, just once we go through one point, and just then and there you can ask questions and we'll be discussing. Okay, so other point is what are the classes we are running. Every session will be recorded, and we'll be sharing the same recorded session with you guys for your future reference. Okay, we'll be sharing. That is you can download it. The session you can download it. It's not like we'll give some partial privileges to browse it and all. We'll share you the direct video that you can download from the respective link that you can share with you forever. Okay, so and I got some question from somebody. What about soft copy course content? Does it contain setup configuration process? Yes, yes, yes. Somebody is asking the course content, will it be covered in detail level? Yes. This in this entire training, what we are going to do is we are not going to just depend on some pre uh, predefined environment. When we are working in real time, when we are doing setups in the fresh environment, we'll start doing from scratch. So that is the base we follow. That is the approach we follow in our training also. I'm not going to show you things how we can do in the existing environment. We'll be creating our own environment. In EBS, if you are working with a client, the fresh environment will start with from scratch. In the same way, in the Fusion, how to start, from where to start, what to do, everything will be discussed in detail level. After completing this training, no doubt you can start working on Fusion project. It can be implementation or support. Any project you will be able to just work. That I can promise. So that's how just we have a course content. Okay. And what about access to application? Yeah. See, we have a latest instance. We have a latest instance. We taken the license from Oracle. We are not using uh, by getting through some other source and all. We have taken license officially from Oracle. So we'll have a support also from Oracle when you are practicing or when I'm taking the sessions. If we come across any issues directly, we can raise SR to Oracle. That kind of that level of support we have. Okay, so instance point of view, no need to worry about it. Maybe in a couple of months, Oracle is going to come up with the latest version called release 12. But now the latest version is release 11. Now we are going to have these sessions on release 11 only. So whenever Oracle releases 12, automatically our instance will get converted into release 12. Okay, that is a great advantage which we can see the Fusion cloud applications. Okay, so but you don't find big differences. Even Oracle is going to come up with release 12, but almost things are stabilized in the current version, which is available in the market as the latest version. The other question from somebody is, will you share the BR100 for each module and all? I'm not going to share any BR100 and all. So I'm going to share the complete configuration document, which will cover all the setups for what are the modules we are covering. I can say more than those modules. The detailed document I'll be sharing, which will be around just 1,000 pages. You can see payables, receivables, GL, FA, SLA, fusion tax and expense and advance collections. And there are few more other areas which are covered in this document. Okay, through this training will come to know everything, but as for reference purpose, you may use the document. Okay, so these are the points to discuss before we get into the session. Fine. If any other questions, okay, let me see here outside. Saving time in US. Yeah, that we'll discuss. There are some points related to this timings and all, but as of now, we fixed these are the timings where we can see most of the people are flexible with these timings. Okay, we'll discuss on that. I think Maruti will discuss on that point. Okay, now let's jump into actual session, whatever we planned as a demo. Okay, so this is what we are going to understand apart from this. Okay, anyway, I just planned few more topics to be covered in the next session. Okay, maybe 3-4 sessions. Okay, for 3-4 sessions I'll be taking just 1 hour. Actual session is uh, planned or scheduled for 2 hours every day. The classes will be from Monday to Friday, 2 hours, 7 to 9 a.m. IST. So this is the these are the batch timings. And for initial 3 to 4 classes I'll be taking just for 1 hour. Okay, today we are going to have session for 1 hour, and today these are the points I taken as a part of demo agenda. Tomorrow also will continue with a few more concepts before we really jump into the application configuration, whatever. So we'll try to understand more about this application. Then that will be very easy for us to understand when we are working on the system. Tomorrow also, next session also will be adding few more concepts as a part of demo. I'll be just running through that, and maybe from third session we'll start with actual application related discussion and kind of practice on the system environment, or I'll say testing, whatever. So fine. Apart from this, if anything anything you want to understand, you can just we can have a discussion on that. Okay. Initially, this is what I planned for this session. Okay. Let's get into this. The first point is Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, when I talk about Oracle Fusion applications, here let me take this same term, Oracle Fusion applications. Fine. To understand this term, what is exactly Oracle Fusion applications? Okay, so we know like Oracle have their own product called as Oracle EBS. EBS their own product. Apart from that, Oracle acquired many other ERP products, say JD Edwards and PeopleSoft and Siebel CRM, say Siebel. And apart from that, there are many other technologies and many other products they acquired. It can be enterprise related products, or directly you may call as ERP products, or some other some technology related, many other products or technologies they acquired. And I'll just include few more points, say for projects and all, Primavera and Hyperion, some cloud technologies, many other. Okay, so if you look into that Oracle website, you can understand how many products Oracle acquired from existing vendors. That list you can see, it's a very big list, but we don't need to understand all those points. With respect to Fusion applications, I'm just listing few points here. Okay, so when you talk about these ERP applications, when you look at these ERPs or any other ERP by including, there are each ERP may offer many solutions, but all the solutions may not be up to the mark. I mean to say, all the solutions may not be very specialized. Okay, very specialized. So, but when you look at any ERP, definitely there will be few solutions which are very good, where clients will like to use, they love to enjoy with those features in the for the respective business process or system maintenance. So that point of view, if you look at Oracle EBS, we have solution from EBS for finance, projects, CRM, HCM, HRMS, and SCM. We have solutions Oracle is offering. As we know, there are around 300 applications which are grouped into different primary business processes, which we call as financials or SCM. When you look at Oracle EBS, the best piece out of Oracle EBS is financials. We know this very well. And the same way, JD Edwards also offering financial solutions and many other solutions, but from JD Edwards, the best part is procurement. You may find JD Edwards finance also somewhat fine, but comparatively, procurement part is solution is very good from JD Edwards. In the same way, when you look at PeopleSoft ERP, HCM solution, HRM, you can say. Here I am just writing that human capital management. So this solution, HCM is nothing but human capital management, where we can manage with HR, payroll, and many other HR related kind of process. And when you talk about Siebel is the ERP product which is specialized for CRM solutions, customer relationship management. The other side, we have a Primavera, like it's a for project purpose. Okay, for projects, Primavera is a very famous product in the market. And when you look at Hyperion, it's like majorly Primavera project planning and scheduling. Okay, may not be good for some costing and billing. Okay, but this primarily used for project plannings and scheduling purposes. When you look at the product called as Hyperion we have with the different purposes. We have for planning. Here planning means budgeting, and we have Hyperion for reporting. Okay, so in our case we are just considering this Hyperion for reporting. Okay, it's a good product, and this is a cloud and all. These are the technology. This is another technology. We'll go through it. What exactly cloud and all. Okay, so these are the simple points to take into consideration to understand what is the fusion applications all about. So these are the different. All these products are acquired by Oracle. Here I can just say these are the ERP products. These are the products which will be part of ERP, but these are just enterprise solutions which we have from Oracle. So basically these are all just this is the only one product which is owned by Oracle, but these all are the products Oracle acquired. Okay, uh, you acquired, and now all these products are Oracle products. Now you can call as Oracle JD Edwards, Oracle PeopleSoft, Oracle Siebel, Oracle Primavera, Oracle Hyperion, okay, Oracle Cloud products. There's a different vendor that we don't need to focus on that. Now what Oracle it is, so you don't find any ERP products in the market nowadays, which is very good for any process, any primary business process. If you look at any product, okay, if you look at EBS only for finance, if you look at JD Edwards procurement, you don't see some product which is well specialized in all the aspects in the sense finance, procurement, HCM, CRM, projects, or reporting capabilities. So there is no product, but now Oracle came up with the product called as Oracle Fusion Applications. That product, you can say it's well specialized for all the business solutions, whatever they want to manage through system. So now what Oracle it is, they take in financials from Oracle EBS, they take in procurement solution from JD Edwards, and HCM solution they taken from PeopleSoft, CRM from Siebel, and project related. Of course, I'm not going to say that they're taken into Fusion and all. That is their as is with them as a separate solution. But from Hyperion, they taken reporting capabilities and many other solutions they taken out from different ERP products or other enterprise solutions what they acquired from different vendors. So by taking all these best solutions from different ERP products, they built an application called as Oracle Fusion Applications. Okay, that is the meaning and background of Oracle Fusion Applications. So now if somebody is going to use Oracle Fusion Applications, okay, they should think, they should understand they have a best solution for the respective business area. It's not Oracle Fusion Applications are not just specialized for specific business process. It's a good solution for almost all the solutions what companies are looking for. So that kind of product is Fusion Applications all about it. Okay, so this is what just to give you some basic understanding about what exactly Fusion Applications. If anybody want to understand any other points or if you have any questions on this, you can just ask me. We'll discuss now. Any questions on this point? Any questions, please? Just I'm trying to explain what is the meaning of Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, for the same, I just mentioned a simple slide here. You don't find something new from that. Whatever we discussed, I mentioned here. These are the top ERP products which we have in the market from Oracle, EBS, from JD Edwards. We have Siebel, we have PeopleSoft, we have SAP, we have many other products we have. So all the products. No, that I mean all the products means when you look at all these products, you don't find any one product which is well specialized in all the business processes. So what Oracle it is, they acquired all those most of the ERP products in the market. So those we can see as a Oracle JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, Siebel, and Oracle EBS. It's already one product. Oracle Hyperion, Oracle Primavera, and apart from that, many other products and technologies also Oracle acquired. So this is what just the point which we discussed. Now, when you look at Oracle Fusion applications, so the I mean, when you say Oracle Fusion applications, it talks about different ERP products related solutions in one pack. Okay, so just this is the point to understand. So the second point, just we are going to move to the other. So here, I mentioned here. The second point is Oracle Fusion on-premise versus cloud. Okay. So now nowadays you will use this, you will hear this term called as Oracle Fusion applications, or you may hear as a Oracle Cloud Financials, or Oracle Fusion Cloud applications, or financials, or anything. Just you see this term called as cloud. What exactly the cloud, how that will be helping for the business or enterprise or consultants, and all the aspects we'll be discussing. Before that, we know very well what is on-premise and all, but just let's go and discuss about it. We are going to just see the few differences and how things can be handled when you take these two terms called as on-premise and cloud. Okay, let's try to understand these two terms, on-premise versus cloud. So it's not a new term for us, just it's not first time we are hearing. On-premise means we know very well. In EBS, almost what are the implementations we do, everything will happen on-premise only. What is the meaning of on-premise? When you talk about on-premise in terms of system, okay, so what client will do is, if some client is going to implement, say let me take simple example, R12, what they do, so they don't go with any data centers. They may not go with some data centers and all to just deploy their server related services and all. Simply what they do is, when we talk about on-premise, so in case of on-premise, what client will do is they'll be buying the server infrastructure. So in case of on-premise, what client has to do, they have to buy the server infrastructure. They have to take the license from Oracle, and they should have a technical resource who will take care of the server and will do the application installation, and they should have a team who will be maintaining that same, and they should have a team who will be taking care of the networking or some other security related, all these areas. They should have a experts. That means client is going to take the complete responsibility of maintaining their server. They have to buy. After that, they have to deploy the resource. Then they have to take the license from Oracle, and that's how things can be managed. We know this on-premise concept because what are the implementations we do? We find generally on-premise. So what is a great advantage when you talk about on-premise? When you have any on-premise system, say you have the client is implemented Oracle R12 applications, and they have their own server, they taken the license, they installed, and they have their own team, technical team. Here technical team means some administration, that's what I'm referring. So in that case, they'll have a complete control on the system, the server, or within the server, what are the applications they deployed on that, they'll have a complete control. And what are the customization they want to do, they'll have a freedom, right? They can go ahead and they can do any customizations. And other thing is they can take care of the security. They don't have to worry about the security because they are not relying or they are not depending on someone who will be supporting for their engagement. So they have their own set of team. That is the reason security also they can take care of it. And when you have a on-premise server, what happens is on-premise means it has to be located in somewhere. So if you take simple example, if you have an on-premise server in US and you have operations across the globe, and when users are trying to connect to the server, definitely there will be some time, the response from the server, there will be slight delay because people has to connect from the different time zones or from different regions. And in that case there will be some user experience may not be that much good because that is just on premise, it's not there where from where they are connecting. So this kind of just simple issues will come up, and there are many other points for that I kept on slide. We'll walk through that, so that will be more and it will be more detailed understanding for us. So just to give you brief idea, it's on premise means everything should be handled by client. Okay, that means they'll have a physical server. They'll have a physical server, they'll have their own team, and they'll take care of everything. Let's just look into the term called as cloud. So, what is the meaning of cloud? We know cloud means it's a cloud where you can see cloud everywhere. Okay, however, you can see cloud everywhere wherever you are standing. So, in the same way, wherever you are just trying to connect to the server, there you can find your server. The meaning is, so you can find cloud everywhere, right? You can find cloud everywhere. Everywhere. I'm just general term I'm referring. Okay, just wherever you have cloud will be there. You can see that. In the same way, wherever you are, there you can have your server. Wherever you are, there you can have immediate connectivity with your server. With that concept, we have this cloud term. In case of cloud, what happens is client no need to buy any server infrastructure. In case of on-premise, client should buy the server infrastructure. If you take this approach of cloud deployments and all, client no need to buy any server infrastructure. Another point is client may not no need to take license for the product also. Client no need to take the license for the product. It's a purely use base, like client will use the product and they'll be paying. And when you talk about cloud, just generally how the concept will work. In case of on-premise, we are going to have on-premise server, but in case of cloud, what happens is, so there are many cloud computing companies, but now we are referring Oracle because Oracle acquired the cloud technology also from the respective vendor. Now we can say Oracle is big cloud computing company. In how cloud computing happens, it's a very simple. Instead of having some physical server, the servers can be created virtually. Okay, in cloud computing, what happens is the servers can be created virtually. If you have a physical server, you may have the physical server in India or US or UK or some other country. But when you say cloud cloud means it's not physical server, we are going to have virtual server. Where virtual server will be residing, it's very simple. The virtual server always will be, it can be resided in internet as a source. So if you have a connectivity to internet, that means you have a connectivity to your server. So if you have a on-premise server in some other country, if you are trying from different country, it may take some time because okay, the server is residing somewhere and you are residing you are residing some other place. You have to connect to the server, you have to send a request to the server, and it has to respond in between. The network should work very properly, very secure manner, right? So for that reason it takes some time. But in case of cloud, wherever you find internet, you can think there you have your server, because it's not going to be physical, it's going to be virtual server. How the virtual server, if you look at how the what is exactly meaning of virtual server, what Oracle will do is, or as cloud computing company will do is, they'll be having the very big missions. With the help of those big missions, they can create some virtual server environment that they can make available in the internet as source with a more, I mean, it's again we have public cloud and private cloud, that's different things we don't need to understand. So that you can have your server in the internet as a source. However, you can just install some applications, however you can do the some maintenance activities what you can do with on-premise, almost you can do with the cloud. Okay, again in the cloud we have a different options that we'll be discussing very detailed level. So simple term, just to understand, between the on-premise and cloud means if you are going to maintain your the enterprise applications within your own server which is residing in your location, that we call as on-premise. Instead of going with on-premise server, if you are going to deploy, if you are going to maintain your applications in cloud computing technology, where you will have a virtual server as internet as source, there you will be just managing your entire applications directly, will be connecting and will be working on that. If you have that kind of model, that you can call as cloud computing. That's a simple terms. I'll take you through detail points when we talk about cloud and how these two are two are totally different and what are the differences. But this level, if anybody has any question, you can just ask me, we'll discuss, but we'll get more understanding maybe in the next slide. So just here, the high level understanding I'm trying to give you here, what is on-premise and what is a cloud. In case of cloud, physical server. In case of on-premise, physical. In case of cloud, no physical server, it will be just virtual. On-premise will be located somewhere, cloud will be located in internet as a source. Okay, so these are the just simple two terms we are trying to understand. If anybody has any question on this, please. Any questions? Okay, seems to no questions on this. Fine. Okay, so just based on this, I have few slides, then we'll go more detail. Okay, fine. So this is what just I given simple presentation. On-premise server means the servers will be residing in your office location, or else you may just go with some data center. We may just, somebody may support us to maintain the servers behalf of us. So in case of cloud, okay, the cloud servers will be residing in the internet. See the representation also they are given in cloud only, the real cloud. So that means that's how that much light and that much accessible. Okay, that's how the servers will be available in the cloud environment. Here the representation that what they're trying to say, that will be available in the internet. Okay, so that is a point here. And when you talk about this cloud and on-premise, so these are the differences you can see. When you look at on-premise applications, if you are going to maintain your application on your own server, so what are the challenges we have and what is the practice we have to follow? The first point is upfront capex. You have to invest to buy the server infrastructure. For everything you have to invest. And when we are managing your application on your own server, so you have to take care of upgrades. If Oracle is going to come up with a new upgrade, yes, you should take initiative. If you want to go with that, if you want to upgrade, you have to go with a separate as a project called as upgrade project. And other point is the patching and all, everything should be done by your technical team. Your DBA should do the patching. Another one is you may just you may opt for some data center service and all. In that case, there will be some chances where there will be some, just depending on which data center, what great capabilities they have, how they will be serving. According based on that, there could be some chances where some disasters will come across, and the recovery and all these things will become big headache for the company. And again they have to pay for data centers and hardware costs, including that recovery, all those points also we have to, those will become some kind of challenges when you are dealing with the on-premise. And here they're just mentioning costly customizations, okay, under the maintenance. Okay, here in Fusion also we can do the customizations, but compared to EBS, it may not be costly. The reason is the way the customization we do, it's very simple. So that's the reason they mentioned in EBS case costly. Here it's not costly. Okay, that is a simple point. And annual support cost and all. Okay, this is okay. Slightly like, okay, in Fusion case also we should have a supporting team, but compared to EBS, the support cost will drastically reduce. because when we are working on EBS, what are the issues we'll be getting, or it's related to some programming related, I mean some bugs or other issues, whatever we'll get when you compare with the Fusion, it's a very less, because that's how they build the application. Now it's very stabilized, not only process wise, in terms of technology wise, also very strong. That is the reason for support you don't need to invest too much cost, and you don't need to hire many consultants also. And there are some other points also which you can see, which they are talking about. The client has to take care of their own network security access, and if they are not going to upgrade, sorry, okay, if this is because a client Oracle released some version, okay, they upgraded again, they release some new version, immediately they may not go for, since Oracle released new version, because of those, because it has to be done as a separate activity. So Oracle client may not be ready if they are on standing on premise for very very latest upgrades. In that case, definitely the business will be missing the application benefits what Oracle is offering in the new versions. So that is the reason these all you can see as a challenges when you are working with the on-premise applications. Now if you look into this cloud, in case of cloud, if client is going to opt this cloud adaptions, cloud solutions, what Oracle will do is they no need to invest capex. See here, in case of on-premise, client has to buy the server infrastructure. In case of cloud, they no need to buy any server infrastructure, and again they no need to take any license also. It's a very simple rent base. Okay, rent based. Just initially, they may take the license for a few users, and they'll be using and they'll be paying for product and all. They no need to take license, and they no need to have any server infrastructure. And other benefits, it's Oracle will take care of complete security and whatever here we mentioned, the network security and all these security aspects. Oracle will take care of it. And other one is no upgrades. Okay, no upgrades but last functionality available. What is the meaning of no upgrade but the latest functionality is available? What happens is, within the cloud we have a different options that will be will go through in the next slide. But here simple point is, when you go with these cloud applications, okay, so what happens is you no need to worry about new upgrades and all. When you are using these cloud applications, Oracle will take care of the upgrades. If Oracle is going to come up with a new upgrade, automatically your environment will get upgraded to the latest version. That Oracle will take care of it. You no need to plan, and you no need to hire, or you no need to, as being a client, they no need to contact some consulting company who can do the upgrade project for them. It's a auto upgrade will takes place. So that is the reason in every new release, whatever comes up from Oracle, the client can enjoy that new features which they are releasing, what are the announcements they are doing, what are the new application they're releasing. If they're really interested for that, they can opt and they can use it. So that's how this Oracle cloud is will get benefited for the clients. Here, just since here we have some few points, okay, some upgrades, patching and all. Here in case of cloud and all, we no need to have any DBA also. Okay, we no need to have any DBA. So the patching and that work also will be done by Oracle only. Okay, and the maintenance will be taken care by Oracle, and some patch application Oracle will do it. And if any new upgrades for the product, that upgrade also Oracle will take care of it. For that, there will be some recurring base they'll be doing. Okay, sorry. So that's how things will work with the cloud applications if somebody is going to opt cloud. Okay, on premise, we are very clear on that. I hope just if you have any questions, you can ask me. So when you talk about cloud, with the cloud, these are the benefits. Client no need to buy any server infrastructure. I have some questions. Yes, I'll come to that. Okay, so server infrastructure they no need to buy. They no need to buy the license also. Just it's all about subscription base, and based on number of users, or based on the period, there are different models for subscription. And upgrades they no need to worry about it, and technical stuff and server maintenance also Oracle will take care of it, because it's reality, it's not a physical server, it's virtual server, where the virtual server can be controlled by the their big missions what they have to create and manage everything. That's completely different technology. So these are the points we have to understand when you talk about cloud application. Now, once when you talk about cloud applications, the cloud application, if somebody is going to go with this cloud application, Oracle Fusion Cloud application, it can be finance or HCM or procurement or PPM, whatever. So what are the different options are available? Again, in the cloud, we have a SaaS and PaaS and IaaS. These are the different services are available from Oracle. Okay, so nowadays you can see all the clients are going with the cloud only. In some countries you can see everybody more, just it's a very famous the cloud services. Everybody will be opting cloud services now. For our Oracle applications also, we have that service from Oracle. And when you look at cloud means it's all about our server will be taken care by Oracle only. Here when you talk about Oracle application, they'll take care of it. It's a virtual server and it will be ready to access from anywhere. Its user experience will be really good, and there won't be any delay in the server response or many other advantages we have, just as we discussed just now. In case of cloud auto upgrade and everything, Oracle will take care of it. So to understand these three terms bit detail levels, just let me switch to this uh, sheet. Here the first point is SaaS. So basically SaaS stands for software as a service. Okay, SaaS means software as a service. Here in this case, what happens is, so whatever just now we discussed, the cloud benefits all are applicable for this. But in SaaS, so when you go with the SaaS model, you are going with the cloud option. Within that, you are opting SaaS model. In SaaS model, what happens is, so yes, Oracle will take care of the entire server maintenance and applications. You don't need to take license and all. So and the auto upgrades takes place. Everything is possible. Only the disadvantage is the SaaS is you cannot do any customizations. Okay, no customizations. Here, when you say no customization, just I'm referring only the functions related. So in SaaS model, yes, you can customize the reports and all, but here reports customization, we are not taking into the core customizations. Here, customization generally refers some functionality. In SaaS model, what you can do if you go with the SaaS model, you can, let me just go through some, I'm getting some questions from participants. I have some question from Rakesh. When customer has to go with Oracle for cloud services, then what is the scope of the other companies to get Fusion projects? See, I'll come to that. See, Oracle client will go with, see, the question from Rakesh is, if customer is ready to go with the, ready to opt this cloud services, then what is the scope of other companies to get the Fusion project? What about consulting companies? Yes, if customer is instead of going with on-premise, they are going with the cloud. But consultants always required to do the implementation as well as support. The task always will remain. Just technology, just we are talking about technology. They are going with some latest technology where they can easily they can manage their applications. That's all. But the work will remain, just the consultants only has to do the implementation, and they have to support. I'm not saying Oracle will do the implementation. Oracle only will be providing the support. So now how the things are working in case of EBS, the same way that you can see when you're working with the Fusion. Okay, but there won't be any issue with that, whatever the points you mentioned. And second point here is, does SaaS model allow to integrate with third-party applications? Yes, it will allow. It will accept. With any model, it can be SaaS or PaaS or IaaS, it will allow. I'll take you through that. I'm coming to that point also. Okay, the simple point is, if your client is going with a SaaS model, they can enjoy all the benefits whatever Oracle offering, whatever we discussed just now as what client can get when they go with the SaaS model. All are applicable in the SaaS model. Only the point is no customizations. No customization means here only functionality. The forms they cannot develop. Here, of course, ADF pages we have, web pages, everything. So that cannot be possible in the SaaS model. Apart from that, yes, customizations, integrations are possible. Third-party application integrations are possible in SaaS model, And other thing is they can develop new reports also. That is also possible, that we are not taking as a part of customization. It's not product related, it's just a kind of enhancement reports. So these are possible in the SaaS model. If client is going with the SaaS model, auto upgrade is possible, because we are not going to touch, we are not going to change some standard functionality. That is the reason it is easy for Oracle simply to run some kind of process where the environment will get converted into latest version. So that's all about SaaS model. When you talk about PaaS model, I think I have some question from someone. So to integrate with third-party applications, custom interfaces are required. How can overcome this SaaS model? See, so for many existing applications with EBS and other Oracle products, there are inbuilt integrators Oracle is providing. And when you talk about these customizations, sorry, when you talk about these customizations, we don't do this kind of integration related customizations. Whatever the approach we follow in EBS, it's totally different, which can be driven through middleware. Okay, so there is a SOA, service oriented architecture. Through that we can do. So there are very simplified different methods we have, which are very simple, bring to pull the data, push the data from Fusion applications. If you want to pull the data into Fusion application from some third party, yes, you can do so simple practice. Sorry. In our course, I just included that also. I'll be covering how the integrations can be done. I mean, I'll be giving the overview. I'll make you understand how to do that, because we cannot do that integrations in this environment. We need Oracle support also to do all those things. So I'll take you through that. I'll give you the complete understanding on that point. Okay, we'll do that. Yep. We have other question. Can you see all questions here, since we are listening to answers as well as things. Okay. Questions you cannot see in this tool. I'm just repeating anyway. The questions I'm repeating. What the guys are asking, I'm repeating. I'm just reading that question and I'm answering, so that it will be, I hope everyone can get that. So now I'll be focusing. Yeah, as you said, like I'll be highlighting the question first, then I'll talk about it. No, instead of sending privately and all, no, publicly questions cannot be posted in this. I'm not setting any restriction. That's how this tool works. Okay, fine. Anyway, I'll be reading those questions. Any questions from any participant? I'll be reading the question first, then I'll be answering, so that everyone can have a better understanding what the answer is related to each question. Okay, done. So now we'll talk about PaaS model. Okay, fine. So when you talk about PaaS is nothing but platform as a service. Okay, platform as a service. In this case, what happens is Oracle will provide you the platform, certain tools where you'll be allowed to do the customization for existing applications. Okay, here customizations are possible. So in case of SaaS, no customizations. In case of PaaS, compared to that, customizations are possible. So Oracle will allow you, because they'll give you some access to specific tools where you can do the customizations, and you can deploy the same in their environment. But the disadvantage is PaaS is, if Oracle will come up with a new release, so auto upgrade is not possible. You have to go with the upgradation as a separate activity, that you have to request Oracle for that. The Oracle will be charging for that. That's how it works, because you are changing the standard application. You are coming up with some new functionalities. You are building some new business process flows or particular functionality you are developing, that you are taking into your standard process. So that is the reason the each and every customization what you do, Oracle cannot understand. Accordingly, they cannot build their system to upgrade your customized environment. So if any client is opting PaaS model, platform as a service, Oracle will give the platform where they can do the customizations. But in this case, auto upgrade is not possible. Rest of all are applicable. So that is the point. I have one question from someone, Satya. Okay, the question is, can you define customization that is supported by Oracle out of RISE reports as possible? And yes, see, everything. You take anything, just you take anything. Anything. See, when you say RISE component: reports, interfaces, conversions, extensions, workflows, and all. So somebody just Satya is asking, okay, can you define customization that is supported by Fusion? So here Satya is talking about, he's asking the question, the customizations he given RISE. Okay, art means, like, I mean, so it's all about everything. You can reports. Yes, reports can be customized in any environment, irrespective of it is SaaS or PaaS, allowed. So in SaaS case, reports, yes, you can do customization. And other one is interfaces. Interfaces, yes, you can build new interface in any environment. It can be SaaS or PaaS, yes. Another one is C, conversions. Yeah, conversion, definitely that provision should be there for any environment. So conversions are possible in SaaS or PaaS. Another one is E, extensions. The extensions, yes, that really we are taking as a customizations. You are extending, it's related to application functionality that comes under customization. You are extending reporting, what are the reports you existed, reporting related functionality you are extending, means that doesn't come under customizations as per Fusion. Okay, here that extension always should related to here functions, business process related. So that is allowed only in the PaaS model. You are extending existing functionality, or you are coming up with a new functionality that can be handled through customization, where you have to develop new functions, that comes under customization, that can be done through only PaaS model. And extensions, yes, extensions the same. And workflows, yes, here also you can have your own workflows and all, that is possible. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. And question from Maruti: can we say that we got infra with OS? What exactly infra means? Infrastructure with the OS operating system? What exactly, Maruti? I didn't get your question.
I mean to say is it with infrastructure with operating system?
Yeah. That will be yes. That point also I'm going to have in the next slide. I'll be explaining. Yeah, definitely that also will be covered exactly. I'll be see here just for high level understanding. I'm just mentioning these points. I have one slide which will talk about very detailed level what exactly that infrastructure will provide, and the operating system will be providing, who can manage it. Those points also we have in the next slide. I'll come to that. Fine. So that's all about it. Between these, what is the difference? Here no customization, here customizations are possible. Here no customization, that means it's kind of very sub base product usage and all. In that case, auto upgrades are possible. In case of PaaS model, auto upgrades are possible. If you look at the very big clients where their business process is always definitely as per their business process, application should be customized. If you take big clients, definitely the big clients will go with the PaaS model. Okay, the third one is IaaS. IaaS stands for, here we have that point, infrastructure as a service. Sorry. Okay, infrastructure as a service. When you talk about infrastructure as a service, so Oracle will give the privileges. If any client is going with a IaaS, here they can do the customizations. Apart from the customizations, they'll get some access to database, and they can look after some security aspects also. They'll have a control. So even everything will be handled by Oracle. They'll give the option for them where they can just manage with this, along with the customization, database, and security. That also they can take care of it. So this is all just the possibilities or options we have with the different models. Nowadays, you can see most of the clients are opting for SaaS only. Okay, most of the clients are opting for SaaS. And when we talk about PaaS, yes, few clients are using, who are very like where their process is mostly just we have to customize and we have to manage it. That kind of clients only they are using. If there are some clients who need very basic customizations and all, those people instead of going with the PaaS, they are opting SaaS only because they can see great advantage with the SaaS. So now just tell me any questions on this we can discuss. If no questions, I'll run through the slide which elaborate these 3 points very detailed. based on this discussion, you can ask few questions, or else let's go through the slide, then you can post few questions on this. Okay. So here, I'll just go through this. So this is what SAS, PAS, and IAS. See here, when you look at SaaS model, the applications, security, application related security and database and operating system, the virtualization and server, storage, networking, data centers, everything will be taken care by Oracle only. The vendor in the sense here, Oracle. Now we are talking about Oracle only. So Oracle will take care of everything this. Okay. In SaaS model, we don't need to just manage anything. Just what we'll do, we'll take subscription as per our requirement. Will be setting up system. Once implementation is done, we'll be using, and for rest everything Oracle will be supporting. You are not allowed to just play with the application or security or database or operating systems or anything or servers. So when you talk about PaaS model, you'll have a complete access control on the applications. So rest of security, database, and everything will be taken care by vendor. See here the representation. These all will be taken care by vendor. Only these applications can be managed by you. Being a client, you can have a complete control on the applications. This point says you can do the customizations. So it's application related all privileges you are going to get. You can do the customizations for the respective applications. You may do some customization extensions or anything you can do. And if you look into this image which talks about IaaS, infrastructure as service, here you'll get a options like applications you can manage and security you can manage and database you can manage, where you can increase the size of database and how you have to manage with the database related activities. All you will get you'll get a privileges for all this, or I will allow you to or just managed by you. One side definitely Oracle by default will take care of everything, but if you are interested, if you have need of doing some kind of changes in that, they'll allow you. Not only database or security application, the three elements you can just notice. The rest will be handled by Oracle on. So this is how just we have to understand these. You can call as these are the implementation adoptions or models, service types or services what Oracle offering as a part of cloud services. Okay, these are the three different options we have within the cloud. You can see most of the clients now in the market are running on SaaS model, SaaS base. Any questions you can ask me. I'll just hear one point is if you don't have any background noise, you can ask the question directly. You can unmute and you can ask the question. We can, so that would be very easy for us others also to understand what you are asking. Immediately I can answer to that. And if you have some background noise, I request you to post your question. You type your question in the chat window. I'll go through it and I'll be responding to that immediate base. I can see somebody posted something. Okay, Maruti is just asking how the license would change based on models. Yes, this is simple. So it's all about subscription only. It's all about subscription. If you are going with the SaaS, the licensing means the license is simple point. We are not talking about license and all. You don't need to take license. Frankly speaking, you don't need to take license because you are not going to. If you are going with on-premise, this Oracle Fusion applications also can be managed in on-premise. You have to take the license in case you have your on-premise system. You have your own server. Then you want to install Fusion application in your server, you should take the license. Other than that, if you are going with the cloud options, you no need to take the license. You have to take the subscription based on the model which I see somebody's. Please, I request you to mute your mic. Fine. Okay. So fine. Here. So based on the model what you are opting in within the cloud, okay, you have to take the subscription. It's not like a license. You don't need to take license. Only in case of on-premise. On-premise, you have to take the license. Seems to somebody's.
Laxman, I have a question. Laxman, to continue that, I have one more question.
Please.
Yeah, and when we say like we have a control on the application, means like the control can be installation.
No.
And
no. I'm sorry. Not installation. because you have a access to the applications which are managed by Oracle. The control in the sense, I mean to say, for existed already installed application, you will get an option of doing some enhancements. I mean to say customizations, functionality related customizations. That's all. Okay, because when you say
So
when you say cloud, it can be SaaS or PaaS or IaaS. It's all about already it's installed in virtual server by Oracle. That's all. You are not going to do the installations. You don't do anything. Just will be using when you are using. Oh, I can see a lot of noise. I'm just muting. Okay. Better you can post the question because there is a lot of noise we are getting from your side. Please don't mind. So yeah, I can see some question here. One second, let me go through it. Maruti, you just see we are finding a lot of noise, so even I'm not able to understand your questions also. Better you can post in the chat window. So I'll be answering. If there is no noise from your side, anyone can ask me the questions directly by unmuting yourself. And we have one question from Abhiram. Is customized pages available in IAS? See, it's not like customized. As per business requirement, we have to customize. Oracle cannot guess what is our requirement, which is not meeting the standard function. They cannot customize it. There will be option to customize. In PaaS or IaaS, you will have a option. Oracle will allow you to do the customizations because every total application is managed by Oracle. They'll give the tools to do the customization. That's the meaning of customizations. In PaaS or IaaS, being a consultant, you can do the customizations. Other question from Madhu is asking, how is the table structure compared to Oracle EBS? Can we create new custom tables in PaaS or IaaS? Yes. In case of SaaS, since no customizations we do, we cannot do that. But in case of PaaS or IaaS, yes, we can create the table structures also. Okay, tables we can create. Otherwise, here you are creating application. You are creating application. So if you are creating application where the data has in that application, I'm sorry, not application, some customizations. Say you developed one web page, one function. That function related the information it will be stored in the database. Okay, so for that, you can create the custom table that is possible in SaaS or IaaS. Here but we didn't mention as a you will get a control on the database. But reality, the database control is nothing but increasing the size or decreasing size. That kind of management. It's not table related. Tables, yes, you can create in this PaaS environment or IaaS environment. That is possible. So we can do that. A table structure, when you talk about that, that is almost remains same as a EBS. You don't see big changes. But along with that, Oracle introduced other what I can say other database called as S-based database that we'll be discussing in further points. Okay, so that's all. Madhu, hope you got answer to your question. And I have a few more questions from other guys. Question from Muni. If you go for SaaS model, do we get database access? Okay. If you go with the SaaS model, you cannot get database access directly. You cannot connect to database. In EBS, we can connect to the database through Toad or some other front-end tools. But in case of SaaS, Oracle won't allow you directly to connect database, but there is an environment where you can go and access. There is a environment where when we are preparing the BI reports and all, to prepare the custom reports and all, they're given some panel where you can go and query the data from database, and that option you can use for any database related queries or if you want to analyze something. Okay, reporting space you can use for data queries and all. We don't get any connectivity with the database to different tools. So that is the answer for your question. And any other questions? Okay, done. Fine. Great. So I don't see any further questions. Okay. So that's all about understanding these SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Now I will just look into other point. Now just let's talk about this term. So because I just mentioned this slide, after completing the training also, few people had some questions saying that what is the difference between Oracle Fusion applications and cloud financials or cloud Fusion financials. It can be anything. Okay, it's very simple. The terms Oracle Fusion financials, Oracle Fusion cloud financials. What's the difference between these two terms? Okay, Oracle Fusion financials. Okay, these are the applications. This is a whatever version we have a different version like EBS. This is the Fusion applications. So when we are going to use the application Fusion applications on premise, you just you taken the server infrastructure and you taken the license from Oracle. The Fusion applications you are installing in your on-premise server and you will be using. In that case, the Fusion applications will remain as a Fusion applications. You will be using that Fusion applications, and they will have a complete control since on-premise you can do any customizations or anything. The same Fusion applications instead of maintaining, okay, on-premise, if you take the subscription from Oracle instead of having the on-premise server, the Fusion applications will be maintained in the environment called as cloud. So if your applications are deployed in the on-premise, simply you call as a Oracle Fusion applications. Your applications are deployed in the cloud environment. Since your financials or any other applications, you are just accessing or you are managing with the technology called as cloud. With that term, we call it as, and by including the term, we call as Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials. Frankly speaking, there is no difference between these two. It's all about where you are deploying. Accordingly, you can say it's a Oracle Fusion Financials or Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials. If I mean, wherever you use this application, the functionality remains same. It can be Oracle Fusion Financials or Oracle Cloud Finance. Means you may use on-premise or cloud. The functionality, what are the standard functionality Oracle is providing, that will remain same. You don't find any differences. But in terms of privileges, you will see some difference. If your client is going with the cloud, again the cloud we have a SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Depending on that option, you will be allowed or not allowed for respective activities like customizations. In case of on-premise, you are allowed for everything because you are managing. You take a license, you can play with that product for customizations or anything. So that's how these two terms are different. There is no different functionality point of view. If you learn this, that means you are learning this only. If you learn from this side, you are learning this. You are learning the product. Where it is deployed it's not a big point for the consultants. It's a very advantage or disadvantage for the customers based on the deployment. Okay, so just these two are same. If you are deploying in the cloud base, that is a cloud financials. If you are going to have an on-premise, that is, we cannot add any other term, just simply we call it Fusion financials. Both are same. It's only we name them based on the deployment, where we are deploying, on-premise or cloud. That's all. So this is the point here. And I have one question from Prathiva. 1 second. Okay, the question is, as a functional consultant, what you need to know about Oracle Fusion Cloud? It's a very simple. Just what are the points we are discussing? What is the cloud, within the cloud, which options are available? That points we should know. We should aware of that. That is the reason just we are discussing these points. Once you get some understanding about what is a cloud, and in the cloud what are the different options we have within the each option, what are the some limitations or possibilities you have to understand. Once you understand that, then you have to understand how to configure the system, how to do the transaction process, how reports can be generated. This is how, like, okay, these points you have to understand, then you can start working on fusion related implementation supports. And other question from the Prathiva is it a DBA activity? What do you mean by DBA activity?
No. Hi.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, please.
Yeah, like now the Fusion Financial, like now the cloud, like everybody's talking about cloud, Oracle Cloud and all.
Yeah.
So that implementation, is it a DBA activity or
No.
functional consult?
See, implementation is consultant activity. Means we'll be taking the requirement from the client, and based on the requirement, we'll configure the system and we'll be just giving the transition and will do everything. It's a implementation is consultant activity.
It's the same thing, but only the system is owned by like no different model like PaaS or IaaS or SaaS, whatever it is, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Any other questions, please?
Hi, Laxman, Rajesh here. I have a question here.
Yeah, Rakesh, please.
Since you are saying that, SaaS has the highest percentage, nowadays customers are going for SaaS.
Yeah, that's
when out of 100, 95%.
95%, no doubt.
Yeah. Then, what is the percentage? Where other companies or other vendors to get chance to implement or get the support, since they are directly contacting with Oracle, right? So
see, one second, Rakesh. See, the same question, similar question I just heard from you earlier also, right? You posted. Simple point.
Yeah.
I don't know why you are going to that line. Just simple point. What I'm trying to say is consultants will remain as consultants. See, there is a client called as XYZ. Okay. Simple example. Take example. There is a client called as XYZ. You can just, if you don't mind, you can mute your mic. I'll be explaining. Okay. Yeah. If you have any further question, you can unmute and you can ask me. Fine. See, take simple example. There is a client called as XYZ. XYZ is going to use R12 application. In that case, they'll take the license and they'll have their own server and all. Definitely, we require consultants to do the implementation. The same way here also. Here they're not going to have server. Here also consultants required to do the implementation. And in R12 also we do some support. We'll give support to customer if they opt support from our company. In the same way, Fusion also you have to give the support. There's no big difference in this model.
Yes, what you said is right, but coming to release 12.
What is your exact point? Tell me.
See, coming to release 12, there is a lot of, they have allowed to do lot of customizations, but
yes.
Since it is
I got your point. Rakesh, I got your point.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So the customization, technical work is drastically reduced here. There is no possibility. But really, company want to go with the customization, definitely they have to opt for pass model. That's it. In case of SaaS, yes, you don't see good number of technical resource. And there is some other question also related to that. Somebody posted saying that. One second. So how much technical work in financials? Yes, I'll be coming to that point. Question from Swati. I'll be answering. Just we have that in today course agenda also. We'll be discussing. And other question is from just implementation done by consultants, right? Not by Oracle. Yeah. Not if Oracle is going to do the implementations. So frankly speaking, they don't get many projects, right? Oracle is getting many projects because of these consulting companies, and the consulting companies has a good rapport with their customers and some other organizations. Because of that reputations and all relations, finally business is going to Oracle. If they start doing the implementation, everybody will start focusing on other ERP products where they can just do consulting and they can get more. So always they have to give that task to consulting companies to get more subscriptions from the market. Oracle won't do that. But we know very well, Oracle also will do the implementations like other consulting companies. There are some divisions in Oracle. They're also doing implementations and support, however, the consulting companies are doing. But Oracle is not going to have some rule or condition saying that only we will do the implementation. We don't allow anyone. In that case, they'll be getting less business, no doubt. Okay, correct. Yes, right. So that is the point here. Okay, any other questions? Fine. No questions. So okay, let me quickly talk about, okay, I have the slide for that. We'll discuss about it. Fine, done. So apart from this, okay, we have other point here, Fusion architecture. Okay, so when this is a Fusion Oracle Fusion applications architecture, how just the Fusion applications can be managed. You can see here these all are applications, and this is a middleware, and below you can see Oracle database. So when you compare this in EBS and compare this with the EBS, what happens here is so in EBS, what is the architecture? Just will have a applications Oracle applications, and we'll have a database. There will be direct connectivity. There will be direct communication between the applications and the database. This is how it works in EBS. There is a presentation layer also that we are not focusing on the simple architecture point of view, applications and database. But when you look at Fusion, okay, when you look at Fusion, how that architecture we have, it's a simple. We'll have a Oracle Fusion applications, and here also we have a database. Which database we'll discuss. There are some few points we have to understand. In between these applications and database, they have a middleware. Okay, they have middleware. Why this middleware is required? To manage everything, to manage this application related processes, and for when these applications are going to communicate to the database, and with respect to security, to have to establish best integrations, or say integrations with other systems, third party applications, to monitor and control and to secure the business processes, to set up many business rules. For all these different reasons, we just got middleware concept in the Fusion application. This is the architecture. On top we'll have a Fusion applications on top of the layer, and we'll have in the middleware, and the bottom we have a database. That this is how like Fusion applications are managed. I have one question. Let me answer to that. Then we'll jump into the discussion. A question from Swati: Did data security is there in Fusion because it's not? It is on cloud. Data security, yeah, and you got your point. Yes, even it is a cloud, Oracle is taking care of data security, and because of that reason, nowadays we can say some banks also using this Oracle Fusion cloud services, cloud applications. So up to that mark, if some bank is opting this Oracle Fusion cloud applications, then we can understand what level of security Oracle is maintaining. Even it is a cloud, they are taking care of it. Okay, that they'll manage it. And another question from Swati is: if we do any customization, it will affect on entire application? No, entire application no. The customization is related to which function or which process. Okay, it will be independent. That may be part of your business process. It won't impact the entire application. It will just give you some option where you can perform some activity, or where you can capture some additional information which is related to your business process, something. That's all. It will be limited to specific application related particular relevant function which you are enhancing or which you are adding as a new function. That's it. It's the same as EBS. Okay, same as EBS. Fine. When I talk about Oracle Fusion applications, here what application will be finding? We'll be finding. I request you to. Thanks. Okay, I have a question from someone. Maruti. Question from Maruti. In 12.2, also the middleware introduced. What are the highly important to interface the interact with the middleware? Yeah, I'm just coming to that point. What is the use of middleware? You can understand, so that when you see the middleware is not just I'm saying it's there in Oracle, that to Fusion only. Middleware is the technology anyone in any application they can use. Let's talk about what is the middleware, then you can understand why they have here also. If you have in 12.2, how it will be helping in EBS also, you can understand. Okay, we'll discuss that. Yes, Swati, do you have any question?
Yeah, are you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, please.
Actually, it's Fusion Cloud is on entire application is on cloud, right? How can it if we do any customization, how can it affect on the entire application? How they will restrict?
I'm sorry. Just see, I'm not saying it will be affected entire application. Before that, just I want to check one point. Do you have experience on release 12?
Yes.
Okay, in release 12, say you are going to just develop one form in payables. Okay, payables,
Yeah.
you are going to develop one form for say BZ, bank guarantee, you are going to develop one form. Just you'll develop one form and
Okay.
will be registering in AP, right? Will be moving into production. The technical people will be registering. So in that case, you'll get additional.
Okay.
You will get a chance of capturing that BG, bank guarantee information. That's all. It won't
Yes.
impact on entire
Yes.
application. It will impact just it will give some additional
No,
privileges where you
I
can
mean
capture
to,
the book.
sorry, I mean to ask, actually it's a Oracle application. It's specific to our clients or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But the cloud cloud applications in the sense it's on only on one place, right?
Yeah, all in one place. One place, but within
All in
that,
one
see,
place.
within that everything managed separately. Within one place, but everything will be managed
Okay,
separately. Everything will be
that is,
organized.
yeah, that is
Yeah.
okay.
See,
Okay.
even all in one place, the financials for procurement, SCM, or whatever you call, all are managed separately. Again, within that, within the financial APR, CMFA will be managed separately. Again, within the application, each and every functionality will be managed separately. But they are interconnected and
In
it will be a process.
it's completely different. It's whatever the client it is using. If they will do the customization to based upon their business,
Exactly.
so how will it affect to the, it's like example, if we take AP or whatever it may be, in the AP, if they do any customization, it will be affect to the others as well.
No, no, no. How? It should not, right? Because cloud for each and every one, they'll be creating separate instance in the cloud environment. It will be specific to that customer only, that to specific to for which application they are doing that
That
customization.
is,
That's all.
that,
Simple.
okay. They are giving to the separate to everyone, right?
Yeah, they should. They should. Yes, they're giving separate. Don't think. I think it seems to you gone through the instance one time
No,
at least.
but everybody says like
No, no,
it's
no.
a
See,
application is
see.
in cloud means
Yeah, I'll tell you one point. When you see the Fusion instance, there you can see many projects can be created. Think those many projects can be created for same client, not for different client. We'll see all those points. I'll explain. Yeah,
yeah. Thank you,
yeah,
got it.
yeah. Thanks. Fine. Let me go through few questions I received. So here the question is okay. Then we gone through that. Another question from Muni. Suppose if we opt SaaS model, later point of time, my business must require some customizations. Can it? Yes. Simply you can switch to PaaS. You can do that. That is possible. You can jump into that. Then you can start doing the customizations. And again, if you go to that PaaS, and if you are keep doing the customizations, you cannot come back to SaaS. That is not possible. SaaS no customization, but with customization again you cannot move back to the SaaS model. That is not possible. Yes, you from SaaS you can move to PaaS. From PaaS you can move to IaaS, or else directly from SaaS you can move to IaaS. Possible. Okay, that is only one question I can see for now. Okay, let's get into this. When we talk about Oracle Fusion applications, here we have a different applications, financials within that GL, APR, CM, and all those applications the same way as CM and HCM, human capital management. These are all applications you can see. When you talk about database, here we have two databases in Fusion. One is Oracle database, other one is S-based database. Why they given we'll be discussing. And when we talk about middleware, the middleware they came up with many technologies here. Functional point of view, what we have to understand, I'll just list out. Along with that, few some technical components also we'll try to understand. Here IDM, the same IDM you can call as OAM. This is the one. Other one is APM and BPM, OUM and SOA and BPL. So see, when you look at application, these are the different product families we have. Within that we have a different applications we know, and these are the databases, two databases we have in the Fusion application. We'll discuss more detail level on this. And when you look at middleware, okay, we have these different applications. You can say applications are, you can call all these as a middleware components. This is all we call as middleware components. Just we'll see the very simple high level. I'll talk about this anyway when we are going to work on the, when we are doing these sessions, we'll be using these different components for sure. Okay, but just when I talk about IDM, IDM, the meaning is identity manager. Same IDM you can call as OAM also. It's nothing but Oracle Identity Manager. Both are same. Identity Manager. Okay, what is the use of these middleware components? Okay, when you look at EBS, we have an application called as System Administrator. So this IDM or OM is equal to System Administrator. This is a place where we can create the job, where you can create the where you can create the users and you can assign the roles. It can be job role or duty role or any role. The roles and all will be discussed in detail level. We don't have any concept called as responsibility in the Fusion. So everything will be managed with the roles. The role assignments and all we will be doing from IDM or call as OAM. And APM. APM stands for authorization or access, you can say authorization or access policy manager. Okay, authorization policy manager. So here through APM what happens is, so in EBS we'll be having the menus for each and every application. In Fusion we don't have a concept called as menus. Similar to that we have a roles. So for each and every application Oracle is delivering some roles. Simply you can say seeded menu. Seeded roles will be getting. All the seeded roles can be managed within the APM with the concept called as role templates. That will go through it, will be working on it. You will understand detail level. Just I'm giving brief understanding what exactly APM. Here we can maintain all the roles. We can have a templates. We can create the custom roles. All can be managed by APM. And what is the use? What is a BPM? This is another component within the middleware. So BPM in EBS we have a AME, approval management engine. The same approval management engine is replaced with BPM. BPM stands for business process management. Okay, business process management. Through BPM you can set up the approvals. They built a solution which is very dynamic. It's a very sensitive again. So that's how it will be working. So on the fly you can do some approvals and that will start working in the system environment. For journals approvals or invoice approval or PO approvals, everything you can set from BPM. It's a very simple task they made. We'll be doing that. We'll be working on invoice approvals and all. Invoice approvals, purchasing approvals also will be doing in our sessions. You can understand more at detail level. And other one is OUM. OUM stands for Oracle UCM. I'm sorry, I just mentioned wrong. It's not OUM. UCM, Universal Content Management. So this UCM you can use for the technique or process called as uploading, importing and or exporting the data into our instance. So this majorly will be using in the process called as data conversions. In Fusion applications, to do the data conversions, we don't require technical consultants. Data conversion task can be done by functional people. That's how they are given the solution. So very simple. Oracle is providing all the templates. In EBS, we'll prepare all the templates and we'll give to the business users. They'll be filling the data. We'll be sharing with the technical people. They'll convert into flat files. They'll create the staging table. They'll be loading the data into staging tables. They'll write many validations. From there, they'll be running some script. They'll to move the data to interface. From there, we'll be importing. And this the rest of things will be done by technical. But in Fusion, so everything can be done by functional people without having any technical knowledge. That process also will be covering in our classes. So that is the reason you can see. So if some client is going with some pass, we'll discuss that for that I mentioned on slide. Fine. So these are the points. So other one is SOA. SOA stands for Service Oriented Architecture. BPL. This is not related to us. We are not going to work on too much, so I'm not taking as a major points. SOA means Service Oriented Architecture. BPEL means BPL. BPL is nothing but Business Process Execution language. This purely comes under technical. What happens is here through SOA only you can do all the integrations, third-party integrations and all. You can do that. There you will be using the language called as BPL, Business Process Execution. That is a new language what Oracle is using in the Fusion applications. Okay, that's what we have to understand. And when we are discussing about customizations, just we'll have a session within that we'll be discussing what are the different options we have to have integrations with a third-party application. At the time we'll be focusing on SOA and we'll discuss few points. But these are related or functional only, functional point. But UCM we don't need to do anything, just we have to understand as that is there in the here. So this and all you can do. That means the middleware is playing the major role here. All the security related processes can be handled by middleware only. Apart from that, all the integrations will take through middleware with the SOA and the BPL. Okay, the BPL and all you should know if you want to do the customizations. In EBS, we can do the workflow customizations. In the same way, the BPM, business process, here also will be having some kind of workflow similar to that. Those, if you want to customize as per your business process, you should know the language called as BPL. If you have a BPL expert, then you can do the customizations here. And if you know SOA and all, you can involve in the integrations. But majorly, most of the inbuilt integrators Oracle is providing and simple technique, simple process Oracle is offering. We'll discuss those detail level. So that is advantage of middleware. In the middleware, all the secure related. Okay, this is IDM, APM, business process related, approvals related, and all whatever you are doing through this application, that application related, the provisions or controls or any kind of business process or any kind of integrations or any kind of some logical programming or rules or conditions, everything will be handling through middleware only. In EBS case, generally will be writing at the application level only, but here they simplified all the application process related or secure related, all the controls, okay, need to be managed by middleware. When we talk about databases, we have Oracle database. As we know, generally Oracle database we use to store the, what I can say, transactional data, right? Oracle database generally will be using to store the transactional database, transactional data. But when you talk about S-based database, in Fusion we have S-based database along with that. What happens is when you have a transactions within this any the application, the data will come and sit in the Oracle database, but in the format of, in Oracle database, data will be stored in the format of rows and columns, which we call as tables. Within the tables, data will be stored. That we have a tables, within the tables data will be stored in the transactional base. Each and every transaction wise data will be stored. Once data is stored here, the transaction related data information will be moved to S-based database. So S-based database is primarily used for reporting purpose. As we discussed, Oracle acquired Hyperion. Now in Hyperion, what happened is, what are the financial reports you want to prepare? Like in EBS, we have we have a FSD, final statement generated. In Fusion, you don't have any FSD. Okay, here we have a finance reporting studio, FRS we have. The FRS functionality they taken from Hyperion. The Hyperion related reporting can be possible through S-based database only. That is the reason in Oracle database, transactional data will be stored. In S-based database, data accounting, summarized balances will be stored in the S-based database in multi-dimensional cubes. When we are going to work on this future, we'll discuss more detail level. We'll discuss there are some terms which you have to understand. Then it will be easy for us to understand detail level. Okay, I'll be covering when we touch that concept. Okay, for now, just a brief introduction. I'm just giving about this. So this is all about Fusion architecture. If any questions on this, please. So any questions on this Fusion architecture? And see, as a part of middleware, there are many other technologies. There are many other technologies, but we don't need to talk about it, which are very relevant to us, which we should aware when we are working as a Fusion financial or any other functional consultant. That level, that area, we are just taking into consideration and we are discussing. Other things, many are there, but we don't work on that. Fine. So this is all about Fusion infrastructure and all to understand. See here, you can go through the slide and you can understand there are many components as a part of that. Oracle HTTP server, Oracle secure enterprise search, Oracle WebGate, Oracle identity manager. This is what we discussed. And the other one, Oracle Web Center, we have WSM policy manager, etc., etc. Many. Not only these, there are many other, but here they presented only few only within that also, which are core, which we can notice and understand. That's all. And next one is when you talk about Fusion applications, these are the different primary business process we have. When you talk about Fusion financial management, we have a general ledger and accounts payables, asset management, and payments and collections, account receivables, cash expense management, and reports. In the same way, human capital, we have a like core HR and global payroll. Okay, and the workforce services, talent management, and many other. These are the different modules we can say. But as per Fusion, the terminology is different. We don't call it as generally a module. There's a separate term called as options, and all that we'll discuss once we get into the application. The same way, supply chain management, project portfolio management. Now their project suite they are taking, they just named it as a project portfolio management. Simply we call as PPM. The PPM only you can find your costing, billing, project management, resource management, whatever the other solutions you see in EBS, all you can find within the PPM itself. And again, now the procurement they separated, and the CM, these are the separate applications that they made it in this way. And the customer CRM. Okay, sorry. So this is just a slide to have some look on what applications we have as a part of which offering. Basically, as for Fusion, these we call as offering. Oracle Financials we call as an offering. HCM we call as offering, and within the offering, what are the modules we have? We call as options. That anyway we'll be discussing very detailed level later stage. So the other point is when I talk about technical research scope in the Fusion applications, very less nowadays. You can say many people already converted into functional also. Okay, the people who has experience on technical side, when we talk about Fusion and all, for them the scope is very less, but of course EBS will remain for still long period. So that is the reason people can people people can what I can say, will we can they can have some kind of assignments. They'll be getting opportunity to work on that, but all upcoming projects and all, okay, upcoming projects are going to happen in the Fusion applications. That is the reason if almost most of the people are upgrading to functional. The reason is customization less scope in the SaaS model. Most of the clients are opting for SaaS. Their technical people not required to do customizations. Other one is when you talk about EBS. In EBS, for every implementation, it can be vanilla implementation. Technical resources are mandatory to perform to do the data conversions, let's say data migrations. But in Fusion, data migration, data conversions can be done by functional people. No technical resource are required. And other side, technical resource are not required since the model is SaaS. Most of the clients are opting that. With these two reasons, so there is less demand for technical resource in Fusion implementations. Another point when I talk about reports, yes, only for reports some technical knowledge is required. Nowadays, what companies are doing, they are hiring the people and they're asking a functional consultant only to just brush up with their knowledge and to work on reports where we can prepare the reports by using OTBA and BA. Anyway, we'll be covering that part also, how to create the reports from OTBA and BA also. Then that information would be enough for us. So that's what the scope. Simple point is scope is very less. So I have seen many people who just converted from technical to functional. Many people are on the way. So this is all about it. And the other point is course content. Okay. So this is a course content we have for this. We are going to run these classes on release 11. Okay. So we are going. Just think this is the first session. Okay, the next session would be Monday, because today is Friday, so Monday we'll be having a session. So Monday to Friday we'll be having the classes. We'll be running the classes on 11 version, release 11, which is the latest version in the market. Once we start the classes, Oracle may release 12. Okay, not EBS release 12, Fusion release 12. So in that case, automatically our instance will be converted to release 12. So in that environment only we'll be working. Okay, we'll be giving the instance access for 3 months. Okay, we'll get instance access for 3 months. Each session will record and we'll be sharing with you, including this current running class also. Okay, we'll be sharing the documentation. And when you're working on this instance, if you have some issues and all, you can keep in touch with us. We can help you on that since Oracle is ready to help us. So since it's a licensed instance we are going to use for this training. So apart from that, when you are practicing, if you have some issues and all, you can directly have a call also. That is also, I'll be available for that. So apart from that, if you have some other questions, please let me know. I think seems to there are some questions. Let me go through that. So what is I'm sorry, just I have very bad cold. So what is KPI? Key process indicator. We'll discuss about it. It's a reporting related. We'll discuss about it. And question from Kamal: for how long will have the classes? 2 months? No, 2 months are not required. Hardly will be having 30 classes. 30 classes means every class for 2 hours, 60 hours. 60 hours means just in month will be having like for 8, 22 classes. Maybe within from today 45 days you can count. Within 45 days we'll have a 30 sessions. Each session for 2 hours. Maybe initial 2 to 3 sessions I may run for 1 hour. Of course today also I planned for 1 hour. It's a class 1 hour. So anyway, just that's all about this. If you have any other questions related to that, you can just ask me related to this on the course content. Let's go through this course content. Simple. So here, these are the modules we are going to cover. Primarily, these are our financial applications. We'll be covering general ledger, the complete configuration and transaction process. Okay, so everything will be doing how we do in the fresh environment. In fact, our instance is going to be a fresh instance only. We are not going to refer anything. I'm not going to show something by opening the vision related environment. Nothing. So how really we have to learn that way we'll be learning. It's a complete from scratch configuration. From scratch we'll be doing the configuration. So it will be really good for you to understand from all the aspects. So we'll have a just for these all applications, general ledger and accounts payables, account receivables, cash management, fixed assets, and fusion expense, I expense. In EBS we call it I expense. The same in Fusion we are calling as Fusion expense, and Oracle Fusion purchasing, and Oracle Fusion tax, EBT, e-business tax. Here we are calling as Fusion tax. All these modules will do the configuration and will be testing the respective processes. So apart from that, we have Oracle Fusion Functional Setup Manager. In Fusion applications, if you want to do any implementation, first you have to create the project, and the project can need to be managed, and any setup you can do from the FSM, Functional Setup Manager. This is a separate tool or application you can understand. Just now we discussed, so 1 second. So just now we discussed about IDM, OM, Oracle Entity Manager. The same like user management and the role definitions we'll see over there. And APM Authorization Policy Manager and Oracle BPM for approvals and all, we'll see that. So apart from that, what we'll be learning? I'll just walk you through. Just in case of EBS, we'll create a multi-org structure. All the setups will be doing within our environment. And the same way, in Fusion, same multi-org we are calling as enterprise structure. Okay, we'll be creating our own enterprise structure. And in Fusion, there is a functionality available called as rapid implementation, where you can load the data to spreadsheets. That also I'll be covering. And data imports and exports within the function setup manager. I'll take you through how to move the data from one project to another project, how one instance to another instance. I'll just show you within this how to move from one project to another project. I will show that. I'll give you the overview how to move to other instance. Just I'll walk through that data imports and exports. Simple point. And just we'll go through this how third-party integrations can be done. I'll give you some overview so that based on that you'll be able to take initiative when you're working in the project. And there is a separate feature called as invoice imaging solution, which is available in the payables, but it's a very advanced. But I'll be take you through how the process can be done. Just I'll provide you the overview on that. I'll show you how to query the data from database. It's because we don't have direct connectivity to the database. It has to do through some reporting tools only. From there, that is alternative solution for us, which is available in Fusion application to query the data. And we'll be covering the BPM approvals also. The complete approvals will be covering, and the complete course training delivered with EBS comparison. This is very important. Whatever I'm going to just discuss with you, whatever you are going to do in the Fusion application as a configuration or process, the each and every point will compare with EBS, how it is there in EBS, how it is there in the Fusion. Okay, so certain things which are not in EBS, which we have in Fusion, that we'll be discussing. Frankly speaking, there are certain things which we have in EBS, which we don't have in Fusion also. You can find it. So that kind of cases also there. And other point I mentioned as it's a fresh environment or latest version based learning. So you don't miss anything. You will be grabbing what exactly latest version application we have in that. When you look at general ledger application, these are the basic configuration we'll be doing. It's a very common configuration I mentioned. Apart from that, future based configuration anyway we'll be doing. When you talk about the process, these are the concepts we'll be covering. You can go through this what I can say, course content. Hope everybody received it. So this everything will be, see, I mentioned everything, just will complete the setups and process. Okay, auto reversal or secondary ledger, reporting or ledger setups will do, and will test the functionality. And
Hi, Laxman.
yeah, please.
Hi, Pratibha here. Just have a question. Are you be discussing that identity manager and all those things?
Yeah,
OEM and IAM.
yeah, everything will be working also. We'll discuss and will be working, because without identity manager, you cannot do anything. The users you have to create, and you have to manage the users, role provisioning, right? Everything we
Oh,
should.
okay.
We'll give the access to that also. We'll give the access to IDM. You will get complete access. Whatever Oracle give to the client,
Okay.
the same access I'll be giving to you guys who are going to attend for the classes. Full access will have to will have it
Okay.
to instance.
Oh, okay. That is just for user creation and role and all those things, because I see a lot of requirements coming up in that area.
One
So
one
that's the
point here.
reason
Okay, I got your point. That has to be, there should be a technical person who will be taking care of IDM. IDM consultant will be there, separately.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. IDM consultant,
So
because
that's a technical
again technical. Yes,
thing.
exactly. Technical, completely technical. Every companies will have IDM consultants who can
Oh, okay.
build own policies, rules as per organization requirement. As a functional consultant, we don't need to play the role of that objects.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is the point.
Okay. Thank you.
Fine, thank you. Fine.
Hey, Laxman, this is Satya.
Yes, Satya, please.
Hey, so what methodology do you follow for Fusion application deployment? AIM or?
No, the Oracle is not saying anything. So nowadays, normally everybody follow OEM, right? That's the latest. AIM is outdated. So any method you can follow. There's no such a kind of hard and fast rule from Oracle. Any methodology you can follow. You see, some companies are implementing. They can follow their own methodology. They may not follow AIM or OEM. They can follow their own methodology. The bad practice, some companies, you see, they don't prepare any documentation. They'll just start and they'll do the implementation. That is up to the company, and again specific to project, how they want to drive, how they engaged, what they promise to their client. Okay, Oracle can provide the product, how you are going to play with that, how you are going to implementation. You have all the rights to take the decision with the client acceptance. That's all. Here there is
so
no new
coming to
methodology.
documentation.
Yeah.
Coming to documentation, suppose you are actually setting up general ledger or any other module.
Yeah.
Coming from ABS and Dragon, I still talk about all things. Pardon me, but what is the documentation you have to do in order to actually
same. What you do, simple. What you do in EBS means it can be 11 or 12. What you did, the same we have to do here. So when you take the requirement, you have to prepare the agile document, the current process to be processed. If you say AIM methodology BP80, and configuration will create VR100 document. Similarly, like if you go with OEM, accordingly you have to create. Okay, that's it. See, the product is different. Application that is some rich application you can see, but process remains same. Because of this is Fusion, you don't need to prepare some new documents, or you don't need to change the process. It's all about, you have to capture each and everything. You have to streamline all the activities of the project. Accordingly, you will be preparing the documents. How we prepare documents in 11i or R12 or Fusion or XYZ, anything, the same practice will follow. No change.
So did Oracle give you any templates?
For what?
Fusion?
For what?
Like for configuring. Because, for example, system options.
Yeah, I got the point. Oracle is giving the templates to load the data into system. But when you do the configuration, what configuration you are doing, that you have to capture into that AIM document or OEM. If not that, you may capture into a spreadsheet. That's all.
Okay. So there is a template for that?
To load the data, not to capture the data.
Yeah. So for example, for us, being a functional consultant or technical consultant for that matter, what is the documentation process? Right? Because
R12, right? No. Let me ask one question. Do you know R12, right?
Yes.
R12, what documents you prepared, or we prepare the same documents. Simple. There is nothing new in this in terms of documentation. Process wise, there are some changes. In R12, can you load all the say primary ledgers and legal entities, operating? Can you load into the system directly?
No, you can't actually configure.
If you go with some technical object development, you may do it, right? So with the technical task, you may do it,
Yeah.
but functionally you cannot do it. That is possible in Fusion. That kind of additional benefits you can say. Apart from that, when you are doing the implementation, what documents you prepare, what documents you don't prepare, that is up to company. But Oracle is not giving any kind of statement saying that this is the documents you should follow. See, Oracle is saying follow best practice of AIM and OUM, but how many people are following? Up to their interest. They are following their own methodologies. That's all.
So let me ask you in a different way. Okay, suppose, for example, in accounts receivable module, suppose as just an example. Okay,
Yep.
Suppose you want to set up in general ledger, you want to set up a GL, ledger. You go to set up financials,
Correct.
accounting setup manager. That is a navigation, right?
Correct.
So that navigation path, right? I don't know about Fusion, right?
Yeah.
I need to document. Anybody who wants to
You can
review
document,
my
yeah.
documentation,
Yes.
they need to do that, right?
Yes, you can do that. You can.
So
You can do here also.
so
Here also we have navigation.
so that takes an effort.
You
So
can
that
also
takes
have-
an effort.
Yes.
That takes an effort. So in order to save the effort, right?
No
Somebody
option.
always
No
get
option.
a template.
That's what I'm saying. No option. But Oracle given that some documents which talks about all the navigations and which functions, but it won't be very specific to your project or what setups you are doing. I'll show you that. First, I'll show you that. Then you may raise some other points. But simple as of now. So, however, we do the documentation 11 and R12, same practice we have to follow. There are no additional documents where Oracle is helping us to just avoid some additional or the pain work which we are doing. That's it. Because
One last question.
Please.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I think you have answered. I'll wait for your your answer tomorrow, or whenever the session goes up. The second thing, going forward, right? We would be configuring the application in the system
yes.
like a project.
Yes.
Like say I want
Yes,
to
yes,
set
yes,
up
yes, yes.
implement.
When we are doing the implementation, when you do in the company, from where you'll be starting the same way in our training, I'll be starting.
Okay.
That's it.
So I'll follow your example, maybe tweak a little bit and start my own project. Correct?
You can start with
In that
it.
way,
Yes.
I can.
Yeah, you can do that. Yes. I'll be showing when you're working in real time for any client from where you have to start, how to do the setups. I'm not going to show you this is a kind of test environment. This is how you can do and all. From production, fresh environment, not production, fresh environment. From where you have to start. On that base, we'll be covering here.
During practice, I can adopt the same thing and set up my own.
Yes. Once you understand, you can go with your own project and the naming convention, ledgers, etc. definitions. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely, I'll be answering. You'll get clarity on to your question, whatever you're asking. I'll show you that after that. Still, if you have, just let me know. But now itself, I'm giving the answer. There are some additional stuff which Oracle is helping when you are doing the implementation for documentation. Okay. So these are the payables related configuration, which will be covering as a basic configuration. After that, these are the different concepts which we are going to cover. And for each and every concept, seems to somebody, I can hear some noise. Request you all to mute. Mike, thanks. So these are the different concepts which you have. We'll be complete doing the setups like withholding tax setups and the process. Means we'll do what are the setups we have to do. We'll be doing. It's not like I'm going to show. We'll do it. And I'll show you the process, recording the invoice and calculating the withholding tax in the same way for everything. Bills payables or foreign currency invoice payment configuration process, or merger, interest invoice configuration process. For everything, what are the concepts we have, whatever we mentioned here, everything will be covering at a detailed level. So we'll have a configuration, we'll do configuration, we'll do the transaction process, and we'll be testing. The same way for receivables, these are the basic configuration. These are the different concepts we are going to cover within the receivables. And when I talk about cash management, please let me go through it. I'll definitely will discuss on that. Any questions from anyone? Okay, cash management. These are there are a few configurations I didn't mention here. We'll do that configuration and we'll be working on these concepts: manual bank statements creation and manual reconciliation, automatic reconciliation, generating the cash transactions, external cash transactions, CM to GL reconciliations. All we'll see. And in FA point of view, these are the basic configuration complete. These are the concepts which will be covering throughout the session, including the reconciliation part and all. Fusion expense. These are the basic setups need to be completed. Process-wise, creating the expense report, submitting for approvals, and creating based on that creation of invoice and all will be covering. And sorry, when I talk about purchasing, from purchasing, these are the basic setups we need to be completed. Just I mentioned purchasing also, reason we have to test invoice creation by matching with the PO. So that's the reason I mentioned. So to understand the P2P cycle. So the process wise, just will create the purchase order and will submit for approval, will approve it. The approved PO will be matching with invoice to create the PO matched invoice. When we talk about fusion tax, these are the basic setups we'll do. And process wise, we'll pass some transaction. Payables or receivables, we'll see whether tax is getting calculated based on our setup or not. We'll look into that. When I talk about functional setup managers, generally when you work with any fusion related project, you have to start with a fusion functional setup manager only. This is the place where you can do all the system related configuration. Any module configuration you have to do. In case of EBS, from respective responsibility, we will do the setups, but fusion that is managed in the different way. That's how will be. These are the points which will be understanding and will be working. And from Oracle Identity Manager OM, we'll see implementation, user creation, and role provisioning, custom roles creation. In the same way, Oracle Authorization Policy Manager APM role templates. What are the Oracle delivered roles? How to add the new roles? How to generate the custom roles? We'll go through it. From BPM, we'll be just covering how to create the approved group. There are some other options also we'll be discussing. And for testing purpose, for our practice purpose, we'll create the approved groups and we'll define the approved rules for respective application, and we'll do the respective application setups to enforce that approvals whatever you define in the system. So this is all about the course content, and other than that, these will be covering these points also you can notice when you look at this course content. So that's all about it. If you have any questions, now you can ask me. We'll discuss.
So Laxman, Satya here.
Yes.
A question is whether you will be creating a requisition before the purchase order?
No, requisition. See, when you compare with EBS, the procurement now totally they changed. Okay, you don't have any concept called as opening or closing the periods and purchasing and inventory. They taken into different concepts. That is the reason. If you want to say requisition, again, other separate module need to be configured directly from Oracle Fusion Purchasing. We cannot create requisitions. That has to be handled by separate application. That's how we have model. That is the reason I'm not covering requisition. I'll do all these setups. With these setups, we can create the PO. To create receipt also, you have to do many other setups, which we call as receipt accounting. That has to be implemented. Then only you can do that. That part totally goes into procurement, core procurement. So I can show you the PO creation, PO approvals to support that process. All approvals will do, and we have a PO SLA setup also, which we call as TAB, transaction accounting builder. That also will do it, SLA related. We'll do the required setups for purchasing, PO creation, approval, and invoice creation. I'm not going to cover requisition PO. If I plan to create, I have to do all the complete procurement, almost procurement related setups, 60%. That again.
Got it.
Of course.
What about inventory? So what about inventory?
Inventory, we are not going to do anything with inventory, but to understand our enterprise structure is equal to multi-org in EBS, we'll create inventory. We'll create, when we are working on purchasing, we require inventory setup also. It's a mandatory. So inventory will create.
No, I'm saying about item. Like inventory org, I got it.
Yeah, item you don't create.
Item.
For that, there is a lot of setups need to be done. It's not like say in EBS it's simple. We can understand. I'll do the inventory simple setups, purchasing simple setups. Then I can go and have a transaction by selecting the item. I can assign item to organizations. I can do that. But in Fusion, that completely they're driven in the different way, where complete full procurement configuration need to be done for respect to all the modules. Then only it will work. So that takes too much time. So that's the reason.
Understand.
Yeah.
Laxman, I have a question here. This is Maruti.
Maruti, please.
Do we go a little deeper into the revenue accounting?
So deeper, no. Revenue just will be covering the revenue recognition, how to create the rules and how to recognize the revenue. That's it. We are not going to focus on very detail level that one.
FH?
Sorry?
Fusion Accounting Hub.
No, you can see in the course content again that is separate advanced concept of account fusion. Fusion Accounting Hub we are not going to cover. See, just for better information, you can go through this course content. It answer to many questions, frankly speaking. So everything I mentioned in that, only those I'll be covering. If time permits, if any other possibility, I may add some concept, but I'm not promising. If any chance, I can add few more. Okay, but for sure I'll be covering whatever I mentioned in the course content.
Yeah, it
So
seems
one
like
more question.
Sorry. Yeah, Maruti, please.
yeah, Laxman. It seems like we are getting the instance access.
Yeah.
So when we have any questions, like can we post it to you? Because like
Yes, definitely. When you are practicing on the environment, okay, you can just mail me. You can mail me whatever the queries you have or whatever the issue you have with instance. I'll reply to the mail immediately. For any discussions required, directly we can connect to the phone and we can discuss. For that, I will be available.
sure. No. Yeah, and then maybe it might be like something to say that like or something to do with the revenue accounting or even with the sub-ledger accounting.
In that case, people will come up with the different issues. I cannot help on that for sure.
No. I'm not asking you to do any bigger help there, but like I might have a small question. Like I may stuck something, then I might ask you something. That's the.
Within the course, what are the I am covering, for that I will be responsible to answer to any query. Beyond that means it can be anything, right? So I cannot take responsibility. It should be very clear. I cannot.
Okay, excellent.
One point I can tell you. One point I'll tell you. Oracle in the Fusion, we have a great repository of help. It's awesome. I'll show you that any information you can get videos within the help. You can get documents. You can get normal information. It's really awesome. That's how we have a Oracle help, Fusion help. It's something like other Google for Fusion product. Okay, I'll show you that. From there, you can get any information, and if you want to try with some new function or whatever you are planning, you can do that. That much information is available. Within the instance only, we have that help. EBS will have a tab called as help. If you click on that, it will open. It's not like that. It's very advanced, very good information. You will get almost all. That's it, including documents and videos with respective modular functions. Something like that we have. Okay, I'll be showing that. You may try with that. You will get good information. And if you need some concept and all, you can let me know. I may get document for you. If I can get, I'll be sharing with you. That's it. That I can promise. You can let me know apart from that what we are covering, what documents or something else help you require. That I'll try to get for you. That's it. For that, I'll be okay.
So Laxman, I have a question.
Satish.
So what about order management? I came to know that order management is also on Fusion. Is it true?
No. Order management you don't have. We have separate one that is just for order planning and all, separate system. But we don't have now. Okay. You can see the clients who are using some other point of sale, PO, different systems for integration. Order management
so
is not right.
It's not there. Okay.
Not there. It should come in the next version. Projects means you are talking about project accounting.
Project accounting, billing, costing.
Yeah, we have. That is there as a part of PPM, project portfolio management. Within the PPM, we'll have costing, billing, management, resource management, contracts, everything we have. That solution is there.
Okay.
Fine.
So one generic question is, how different is Fusion from Release 12 from a functionality point of view?
Yeah, that we will be understanding only by attending these classes. Please, that's only the option. I cannot talk on that now. So, because that is the purpose of this course. All right. Okay. I respect your question, no doubt, but let me, please allow me to go through these sessions so that I will be able to just present that. Any other questions? Okay, since no questions, okay. So since today is Friday, so Saturday and Sunday we won't be having classes. And again, we'll connect on Monday, same time, 7 o'clock. The timings are fixed, 7 o'clock only. We cannot change because most of the people are flexible with these timings. So that is the reason there is no option to change these timings. The people who are flexible, they can just proceed with that. And one more point, anyway, we'll be getting the recorded video for 1 second. Just so you will be getting the recorded video for each and every session. You'll be getting the recorded video for each and every session. Even if you are busy with your work, If you miss the session also, you'll be getting video offline. You can play it offline. You can play with. If you have any questions, you can come back to me, and or else you can ask me in the next class. Okay, that's how we can manage. You don't have to worry about if you are going to miss the classes. And if sometimes it may be late for you. Like some people ask me, why don't you start at 7:30? But for India, like we have 50% people from India who are attending these classes. For them, it will be difficult. They have to rush to their office by 9 o'clock and something. In that case, if I'm running up to 9:30, it will be difficult because of the reason again I cannot trim the time to just 9 o'clock. I cannot make 1 hour session or 1.5. At least we should run for 2 hours to cover this course.
Hi, Laxman.
Yep, Anil, please.
Oh, hi. I'm so sorry. You know, I was on the road. I just reached the hotel now.
Mm-hmm.
So I just logged in just to see you that you're completed today's session. Yeah.
Okay, great.
At least I'm glad.
I'll be sharing,
yes.
Anil. I'll be sharing this video so that you can go through it. It's
perfect.
Yeah.
A question I just heard. So tomorrow there is no class tomorrow and Saturday, isn't it?
Exactly. We have sessions from Monday to Friday. Next is Monday. I'm not conducting this as a demo because actually this is a first session for the guys who are interested to proceed. Maybe it's a demo for the guys who want to come and see this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way you can send me today so at least I can go through that? And then,
I'll do it. Maybe within half an hour I'll be sharing this video.
Oh, super. Okay.
I'll do that. And
all right. Thank you so much.
If you have any questions on this today recorded session, you may ask in the next session.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Anil. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. Any questions from others? Fine. Let me see in the chat window. Is the session on Wednesday, Monday, Friday? No. Vamsi is asking. No, the class is from Monday to Friday. Weekdays. Okay. Mentioned weekdays, Monday to Friday. Yes. Do we get access to any documents beside the videos? Okay, we have another question. Do we get access to documents beside the videos? Means no documents, you don't get any access. What I'll do is I'll be sharing the document, but initially you don't require. We'll go through the classes and all. Maybe mid of the course I'll be sharing the document, but just the classes will be more focused on setup or configuration. That would be enough. But if you want to refer something related to or some other advanced concept, the document may be useful for you. Along with the document, along with the video, I'm not going to share any document. You will be getting the every day after class, maybe 1 hour. After 1 hour time, you'll be getting the recorded video every day. That's how we can do it. And it's a permanent. I'll be sharing through Google Drive. Okay, it will be permanently with you. You can download and you can keep in your system. It won't expire and it will be there with you all the time. Fine then, seems to no questions. We can wind up the session for today. We'll connect on Monday. Okay, we'll see you on Monday. Have a good day and good night. Thank you so much for attending this session. Okay.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.